Hello everyone, Alireza Firouzja is one of the best players in the world. Currently, he is ranked 13th in the world, according to the FIDE latest rankings. Online, he's a beast, and debatably one of the best players in the world there as well. 2 years ago, I got a chance to play 2 different games against him in the Elite Chess titled arena. Let's see how they went. So, Alireza played 2 games against me, and I was able to get the better of him in both those games. Now, if we scroll down, you see that both of those games were bullet games, and you see this little half man right here with a sword through it? That means we berserked. So it means both Alireza and I halved our time. So even though it says 1-0, in reality we both had 30 seconds for the whole game. Let's see how I was able to beat him. Now let's take a look at the first game. So I'm white in the first game, he's black. As you see, we both have 30 seconds. And back then, he was higher rated than me as well. As you see, 208 points higher rated than me. Let's take a look at the game. So e4, e6. Knight c3, d5. It's a French. I just need to play d4, but I pre-moved knight f3. I just played knight f3. He takes, I take back. This is a kind of a weird structure. Usually they go d4, and then I bring my knight around, try to develop my bishop. It's a weird position, but it happens all the time in bullet. They take, I simply take back, knight f6. I took, and he took with the pawn. Now, if he takes with the queen, I'm able to take the center, and then I'll be able to get another developing move with tempo, something that he wants to avoid completely. So in this position, he just takes with the pawn. I take the center, he plays knight d7. He probably wants to go c5. In fact, I think c5 would have been better than knight c6. He plays knight d7, bishop e3, knight b6, with the idea of knight d5. I allow it. And at first glance, I was kind of okay with giving up this bishop because I would given up my bad bishop. Currently, my bishop was just staring at a pawn. For him to take it was completely fine by me. I thought I was going to castle, I was going to go bishop d3, and I was going to have a fine position. He plays h5, which I don't really pay attention to. Bishop h6, trying to make a pin. Now, he could have played bishop h6 right away. The point of h5 is not too clear for me. I just simply develop my pieces. I have my pieces all active and ready to go. But the problem is, even though they're ready to go, it's unclear what I even do here. So I started playing some mediocre moves. I was trying to get out of this pin, just so I could go e4. And I finally did it. c4, trying to take more space. Plays bishop c8. He's playing this nice and solid. I'm playing c5. I'm trying to play aggressively. And now he breaks through. So I have to take. I'm not able to go d5 because I just don't have enough attackers. And that's what I was preparing to do. I wanted to go here in d5. But after this, I'm just in bad shape. f6. And the problem for me is he had double pawns in the f-file. I undoubled them for him. And he has a very simple time just trading everything. And I'm just much worse here. I try to hold on, but now I've exposed my king. I'm trading, but at the expense of my king's safety. Eventually, he brings his queen around. And now I'm in really bad shape. All he has to do is play queen c3, and it's game over. He's threatening a mate in 1. If I defend it, I'm getting mated here. And I can't just make this, because then he takes. So I go here, and I'm also going to lose my queen after bishop e3. Luckily, he did not play queen c3, and he played the mouse slip queen e2. I anticipate he meant to play queen f2, but after queen e2, I was able to pick up the queen, and with the little time I had left, I was able to, you guessed it, have him resign. Now, I probably would have flagged in this position. I'm a very slow player, especially in clutch situations, so who knows what would have happened. I'm playing with the black pieces, and he's playing with the white pieces. And here the rating difference is a little bit smaller, but it's still really high. It's almost 200 points here as well. We both berserk, so we both have 30 seconds. And I right away try to catch him pre-moving. The idea is if he plays like a normal move like g3, I can go e4, hitting his knight with tempo. Now, okay, that's exactly what happens, and I'm able to do that. He plays knight h4, and I'm just simply developing. Now, he spends his time trying to remaneuver his knight because he can't play bishop g2. I'll play d5, and now his knight is at risk of getting caught with g5. In fact, I could play g5 right away as well. He goes here, I can play d5. And whenever you're playing bullet, you want to be very careful of running into giving your opponent a bunch of tempos, because my opponents are pretty simple to make, whereas he has to find accurate moves to run away from all the moves that I'm making. He plays knight g2, I take the center, knight f6, knight takes. I have a really dominating position immediately, threatening a mate in 1. I'm playing very actively here. Bishop d6. I'm even sacrificing the pawn. I really want to go after his king, especially this f2 pawn. Now, it's important to know that had he taken its mate, so he just castled, I did the same. Now, this pawn was hanging, I gotta admit. In probably a slow game, it would have been completely fine to take. But the reason why I say specifically a slow game is now he has to be very careful with his knight, because as soon as he moves it, he has to deal with potential discoveries from my bishop. Now, he played knight c3. Now, I should have doubled his pawns, but I just really wanted to go for his king side. I tried to avoid trading too much, especially my queens, and I played h4. Brought my queen back, and now I traded. Rook here, and now I'm already thinking about sacrificing to go after his king, but this position is very sad for me. Now, funny enough, I missed a win here, and it's kind of fascinating. In this position, had I played knight d4, I would have just won the game. I'm hitting his queen, and I'm threatening a mate in 1. Because the rook takes away these 2 escape squares for the king. There's nothing he can do about it. There's no way his queen can go to defend this mate in 1 threat without obviously sacrificing itself. I just completely missed it. I played this. Now, as you see, I played this move in just over a second. Had I spent 3 playing this move, he would have resigned. But okay, we played this. I have the dark square bishop, so maybe there's a chance, but there's ultimately nothing here. And this attack doesn't really lead to anything. This move is a mistake. We'll talk about why. But he should have just played bishop f3. Would have been safe. A simple move like check, he has king e2, and he's completely fine. Okay, so here, he missed the mate in 1. But of course, with 10 seconds, you know, anyone can make mistakes. And I'm surprised that I didn't even see it. Now, the reason why this is a mistake is because his bishop is now stuck. His bishop can't move now because of a skewer. So he's giving me the opportunity to go a6 and then take the bishop. Now, I had taken, and he had missed the mate in 1, and instead it led to just a very chaotic position where I was maneuvering my queen around. And as I said, I'm not very fast. He's, of course, way faster than me. And it came to this moment where I was just maneuvering my queen, doing nothing. He played c3, and with my 3.9 seconds, I was able to find the right move and find it instantly. I pre-moved queen h1 mate, which of course is very dangerous. Had he played king g1 here, I would have just played queen h1 anyway, and he just takes. But luckily he played c3, missing my threat in 0.3 seconds, and I was able to win the game. That is how I have a 2-0 record against one of the best chess players in the world. Now, will I do so well now? I doubt it. But that 2-0 record lives on, and I can tell everyone this beautiful story, just like I told you guys here today. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Bye.